Welcome to Joe Average Racer, and Championship Season 1 has come to an end, and so today it's time for our review. We're going to go over settings for our season, the results of each race, and a few things that happened along the way. First up, we had to pick a driver, and our driver that we chose was Sebastian Vettel of the Ferrari team. I drive in a league race every week, and I drive Vettel in that league race, and so I decided to choose him for this also. Next up was the AI difficulty, and I decided to use Expert, which is one step below the very hardest level of Legend. Then we get to choose what type of weekend we were going to have, and I chose the normal weekend because it gives you a 50% race length, which gives you a couple of pit stops at least in every race, and it gives you a short qualifying time. So practice of 30 minutes really wasn't that big of a deal for me, but I did use it on and off throughout the season if I had actually gone a couple weeks in between racing. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. The driver level, as we said, was on Expert. Flashbacks are off because I don't like to use flashbacks. Parc Ferme rules are on because I really had planned on not using any setups in this league, and of course vehicle damage is full. And finally, the assists. Braking assist is off, anti-lock brakes are off, traction controls on medium because if I was going to have the AI drivers on Expert, I was going to have a little bit of traction given to me so I could get off those corners a little better. Dynamic racing line is in the corners only, and it's 3D, so that helps me with my braking a little bit, and my gearbox is automatic. Pit assist is on. And now for the race results of Season 1. We start off in Australia, and we didn't do too bad there. We qualified third, so we were pretty happy with that, but we ended up dropping a couple of spots and finishing fifth. Malaysia, we dropped 3 spots there. China, we dropped 6 spots, so it's not looking too good at the beginning of the season here. Bahrain, we dropped 1 spot there, and that's one of my favorite races because it's at night. And then Spain, we turned everything around. We qualified second and took advantage of the rain and got a first place finish, our first win. Monaco was the reverse of that. We got the pole for the first time, but then we didn't finish very well in the race. Canada was a comeback race where we got first place there. And then that brings us to Austria, one of my favorite tracks, and we ended up losing positions there. And then we head to the place where it all started, Great Britain and Silverstone. We dropped a few spots there, but still decent finishes. We're finishing in the top 10, so we're happy about that. And then Hungary, I think, really starts the turnaround. We get second there for a podium, we get a third in Belgium, and then we just go on a tear. Italy was our first race where we really felt like we dominated completely from front to back, and then we followed that up with a DNF at Singapore. Japan, Russia, United States, Mexico was a run where you just couldn't stop us. Everything was going our way, and we got poles and we got wins in each one of those races. Brazil was a weird race where we just really felt like we couldn't figure out what was going on. It started with a sprinkle, and then it started to rain, and then it went dry, and it was just really weird. And Abu Dhabi, we fought off the DRS challenges of Hamilton and ended up getting the win there. So Nico Rosberg gets a championship, but only by 12 points, but that's a little bit misleading because we won the last race, and he got lapped in the last race and didn't score any points, so it made it seem like it was a little closer than what it was. We were not able to have an opportunity to win the championship in the last race. Lewis Hamilton, his teammate, comes in third, and my teammate comes in fourth. Highest finishing rookie was Max Verstappen in 10th place. Anything else of order there? Ricardo was a person who really gave us a big challenge at the beginning of the season, but as we got better, we pulled away from him and didn't have to deal with him the rest of the season, so we finished second and him 6th. We knew Mercedes were going to be the team to beat in the constructors at the beginning of the season, so only falling behind by 36 points over 19 races was pretty good. We were kind of in the middle there. We didn't have anybody that was challenging us like Williams. I mean, they were what, 170 some points back almost. So, but we gave it all we could, but we just came up short. I think it was that DNF at Singapore that killed us. Here's a few stats or end of the season stats that they supplied us after the last race. We scored 292 points, and that's an average of 15 points a race. That's a third place finish there for on average, so pretty happy with that. Our teammate Kimmy scored 147 points, and that's 13 points per race. That left him in fourth in the driver's standings. As you can see, I out-qualified and outraced my teammate by almost 2-1 in both categories. And over the season, I got 11 poles and 11 podiums. Thanks for watching this episode of Joe Average Racer and our Season 1 review. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new. Keep on gaming, and go Tigers!